Yo, what is going on? It's Aeghis here. And I just wanted to go over a matchup here. It's Ret Warrior Hpal because I know, um, I get a lot of DMs and messages on my YouTube and Reddit and Twitch saying a lot of people are struggling against double melee. How do I do this as a mage? How do I bait the kicks? How do I land polys? Today we're gonna be breaking down a match here. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. First of all, I want to say against this, I am running Flame Cannon. As you'll see me switch here instead of Klepto. I know some people play Klepto into this, but I don't think it's very good because obviously you want to be stealing, you want to be spell steal kicking the Divine Favor, and also you want to be stealing the freedoms pretty often so that you can have a better job kiting. And I think that is pretty much it with the spell steal. Yeah, and the bops as well. You want to be able to spell steal the bops. So that's why I'm not playing Klepto here. Anyways, so against this matchup here, actually, we are going to be going on the Ret Pally because we have a Disc Priest. So obviously we can MD the Ret Bubble, and oftentimes we can actually kill through Bubble. So yeah, let me just let the match go out here. So obviously in Arena there are a couple crucial points in the arena. There is the opener, which is what we're about to see unfold here. So let's see how it goes. I actually get found. I just start casting fireballs. I actually get stunned here, but my Pharaoh goes for a bash, a double stun. This is usually how our openers go. So we do a double stun. So anyways, let's see what happens. I go for the ring around the corner. The warrior actually banners it, so this is actually really good by the warrior. Not really too much we could have done to avoid that, considering I was locked. I could have maybe DB'd and then went for the ring, but I didn't have the time. So I just had to, hope the warrior didn't press something. He does because he's a rank 1 player and he's obviously good. So he banners my ring. So this is kind of ripped to our first go because he also forces out the intervene here. As you can see, he's got the intervene buff up right there. Let me actually make this pen slightly larger if I can figure out how to do that. Alright, no, I don't know how to do it. Oh wait, no, I figured it out. Gotcha. Testing, cool. Actually, that's too big. Go down one. Anyways, yeah, so he's got the intervene up. We do actually get the triple fear though, so let's see what plays out. I actually pop altar here. The reason I pop altar here is actually because I just get bursted right there. I think I just have the sixth sense. I knew the burst was coming. No, I actually don't. I think... Yes, I was chilling in the vortex thingy, the spear, I forget what it's called. Yeah, it's called the spear. I just popped the altar. Sometimes I like to altar with my bust, kind of like for purge protection. Obviously, that's not applicable to this match because there's no purges, but I'm trying to throw that in there. So my healer gets a triple fear, and I pop combust with it, as we can see here. He does get sanked out, so it might have been actually a bad bust. So as you can see with this matchup already, the opener isn't very clean. He obviously banners the first ring. So we're kind of on the back foot because we didn't get a clean opener. So we actually forced very little cooldowns. As you can see here, I'm tracking all of their cooldowns. And the only thing we really forced was banner. And the Ret's bubble thing, Shield of Vengeance. I guess you could also say that we forced this ability. I forget the name. Sank. So next go, they're not going to be able to have a Sank. So yeah, let's just... So we have a bad opener there, which is unfortunate. Sometimes that happens if you're fighting good players or you screw up mechanically. Let's see what happens here. Right now we're going for double peels. The Ret has wings up. It's big wings. My priest actually trades PS here, which is really good because he gets blinded off the Hodge. So really pro. I juke warrior's kick here. And here I want to go for a door sheep, but I actually get kicked on it. Which is really good because the Pally actually overlapped his horse. He was running away from it. So now I'm actually able to go for an invisible ring here. So this is something that's really going to help you guys as a mage, okay? Watch what I do here. Start casting a fireball. And then right after that, you can see me. Watch right here. you can actually see I'm spamming. So here's the fireball cast. I'm spamming the button. I'll play it back again in case you didn't watch it. I'm spamming ring. And you can also see up where my mouse is, I'm actually placing the ring. And then the ring pops up out of nowhere. Okay, you see how it kind of, it doesn't pop up until the end of like the 75% of the way through the cast. This makes it really easy for me to door sheep the pally because he can't run anywhere. So I door sheep the pally. Let me actually get rid of this. And we get a mind games and a I think my feral popped as well, so we get mind games plus feral berserk, and we get pally's trinket sack here, trinket sack. So that was a successful go for us. And also something that I guess kind of we didn't really realize here, or I didn't really realize until right now. Let me back it up. The warrior doesn't have intervene, so this is perfect for us. So that is probably why we forced those cooldowns. If I'm not gonna lie, that was not intentional. We didn't know at the time. So I'm sure I pop alter here. No, I don't. Okay, I should have altered there. So basically, a kind of like a rule of thumb is that when your healer is in CC is typically when you want to press alter time. My priest is then forced to use life grip and use a radiance. If I would have altered that damage, I don't think we would have had to use that. You know, the priest mana bar is kind of super crucial in this matchup here. Okay, so what just happened here was the pally peeks out and I get a free sheep because of it. They had no war banner. They had no war banner available. You can see it had 5 seconds left. I'm always looking at the war banner cooldown before I just go for free sheeps like that. I'll never just cast a sheep unless I had to, like I did in the beginning. If I know that he has war banner. So that's why it's really important to track enemy cooldowns. The warrior does get to intervene and he does get the shield of vengeance. So that is unfortunate. We do get the triple fear though, so like maybe we can salvage the go, but he does end up sanking it. My priest tries to pre-bury the Hodge there. He does get it. I also pressed altar here. My Pharaoh does a good job of cloning the DPS, trying to keep me up here. But the altar time does keep me alive ultimately. And of course the pre-barrier was also really sick. My priest just pressed mind games there. I think he was just trying to get some sort of... Yeah, so my Pharaoh communicates that he wants to go for a double stun here. And again, the warrior banners my sheep or my ring. So this is something that I should have look at the downtime here. Warrior has no kick, no reflect. He's not on full DR, so I could have casted sheep on him. So I see my Pharaoh's going for the double. I can see that beforehand. Here, I'll show you. So my Pharaoh stuns here. I see him running up here to go Hodge the pally. So what I should be doing is casting polymorph right now on this guy. Polymorph right now on the warrior. This would either make him preemptively banner the sheep on him, or he would be sheeped and I could go around for the ring on the pally here. So that's a mistake. That's something to watch out for. We kill the banner instantly. This goes kind of... I mean, we're trying to salvage with half sheeps, but ultimately the go is over. My priest tries to go in for fear there. We decide it's not worth it. So the priest pulls back. The go is over because he would have just sank the fear, because that's something that has happened twice before in the match. So we are learning from our mistakes here. I don't have altar for this, so this is going to be kind of trouble because obviously the paladin's running in for CC. I actually get my cauterized here. Typically you don't want to overlap cauterize and block, especially in this matchup, because the warrior has shatter. So if you block low and then he shatters it, at least you have cauterize to save yourself. Whereas if you cauterize and then block and then you get shattered, you kind of just have no defensives, which is kind of rough. So I get a sheep here because the paladin was playing aggressive. He went for the CC, meaning he was exposed there. I'm just going to back it up to kind of rewind it. The warrior also had no banner again, but we aren't crossing the warrior here, so he is just going to be able to intervene this go. But he doesn't end up intervening it because I'm just busting, so ultimately the damage is coming from me anyways. So the red is actually smart and bubbles at a higher HP because he knows that my priest can just mass dispel it off, which he does. As you can see, he doesn't have bubble on him anymore. He does not have it in his buffs. Let's see what happens next. So I'm still just trying to pump. He actually wogs himself to full HP because he has 1 second left on his wings here. So he actually uses his global on Word of Glory, knowing that his wings are about to end. So I alter time here just because we have no peels for the DPS. I maybe could have held this alter, but it actually ends up working out for me because I go back and I'm able to hold my block through the CC chain. So this is kind of just like an alter, like I might have gotten lucky, but it also was just kind of like a feeling alter. Like I just pressed it because I felt that something was coming. So my feral, he stuns the red off me. I sheep myself here. Sometimes I do that on purpose. I don't think that was one of those on purpose times. I was just trying to sheep the warrior off me. He then reflects it, which I don't really mind. So I do this again here. You can see I do this all the time. I go for a fireball cast and I'm spamming door because it works the same way. Okay, it works the same way. Watch the stability right here. Okay, I'm spamming door and I'm also spam clicking. What happens here is that your mage is casting the fireball animation, and because he's busy casting the fireball animation, you can actually see my mage right here. He's still casting like this while door is being cast. So then the door animation doesn't show, so the pally does not have time to react and run out of it. So I actually door the pally here into a full polymorph. He is actually on stun DR here, which is a bit unfortunate. I think this was maybe not the best go because the warrior is also able to just intervene it. So that was kind of a mistake on my end. I should not have been going in for CC at that moment. I should have been CCing the DPS, letting stun DRs reset, letting my priest top me. So my priest trades PS, and then they swap to my feral. My feral is fine though because ferals are kind of invincible at the moment. I go for an invis ring, but I don't actually get it. So let me actually pause here. So I'm going for the fireball cast to do the invis ring, but I don't get it. But I notice that the pally is just staying in it, so I continue to cast it. So the pally actually has 2 buffs on him. As you can see here, he has 2 buffs. So what I'm doing here is I'm spell stealing. And I'm not kicking right away because I know he has 2 buffs and I don't just want to waste my CS. So because they nerfed Hpal a little bit, so the cast is a little slower, I spell steal it. Once I realize I got the cast, you can see down here that I actually am pressing counterspell. I counterspell the pally here. Okay. Now, the paladin is off DR. The red is off DR. So we can actually go off of this counterspell. So this kind of acts as the catalyst of our go here. And you can see that warrior doesn't have Stormbolt and red doesn't have Hodge. So they can't really stop us on our go. The only thing to keep in mind here is that warrior actually has ward banner. Okay, so let's see how this plays out. So my feral stuns the red because the paladin is in a lockout. So that kind of acts as a little bit of extra CC here. So I'm casting the polymorph. The warrior can do one of 2 things. Ow. He can war banner the polymorph, which would be the better option. Or he can intervene, reflect the pally here. Pause. Okay. The sheep cast is almost over. The pally, the warrior, sorry, intervene, boom, goes to his other guy, reflect, intervenes here. You can see intervene, reflect. Okay. What do I do at this point? Boom. Okay. You can actually see. We'll have to maybe slow this down if I can figure out how to do that real quick. Playback. Speed. Slower. Okay. You see? Right here. I have this macro. Okay. This is extremely important. It's a focus fire blast macro. So at the end of my sheep cast, and fire blast is not on the global cooldown here, okay? So I actually focus fire blast the reflect off of the pally here, and now the warrior doesn't have intervene for vanguards. So that is why I think that the reason that we actually force a lot in this go is because the warrior doesn't use his banner. He decides to go for the intervene reflect, which would have been better if it worked, okay? And the reason why it would have been better is because the paladin would be able to, he would be off lockout and he could run around the pillar. I would be in sheep, my healer would be forced to dispel me, and then it kind of like inevitably delays the go. So it was a good thought by the warrior. And the red actually bops himself. So here's what happens. We can watch it again. I fire blast the reflect off of the intervene at the perfect time. Watch it one more time. Boom. And then I immediately spell steal the bop off the red. Okay. This allows my feral to then DPS. We have the mind games on him. So let's see what cooldowns we force. So my priest almost fears the Pally's trinket, but the paladin is a good player. He trinket sacks vanguards before he's about to die. And actually my feral clones him low, which is a very, very good play by my feral here. So we can actually look at their cooldowns. Pally has no bubble. Their paladin, this is bugged by the way. He has no sack because he just pressed sack. But Pally does have bubble. So the thing that we kind of, with our comp is we can kill through bubble a lot of the times because our priest has the master spell. So again, let's just continue watching. Now I'm just farming my combust. I press alter. I preemptively alter this Hodge because I saw that my priest was Hodge. Oh, sorry. Saw that my priest was Hodge, so I knew they were about to come and attack me. Triple root here, stealing the freedoms. Remember, that's why we're not playing Klepto here, so I can steal these freedoms and I'm fine. So I have my combust back. So now I'm looking to get some sort of CC on the healer. So I'm going for that invisible door. Doesn't actually work out here. Thought I had ring here, so I was going to sheep the warrior. Okay, big mistake. So I sheep the warrior, which is, remember what I talked about. I learned about this mid-match. I need to sheep the warrior before I go for the CC on the pally so he can't banner it. What does he do? He banners my sheep on him. Now, what I should have done is killed the banner with a fire blast because I have 3 charges. Mid-sheep, watch, I sheep. This sheep is going on the Hpal, okay? Except I am stupid and didn't see the banner. So this probably would have been a much cleaner go if I just mouse over fire blast that war banner. Instead, I sheep the healer and then I see the banner. It ends up being half. The red is then super fine and our go is lost. So let's just see what ends up happening next. Farming a bust, even though I have a bust. I just have nothing really to do at the moment. Warriors on DR. He pops Avatar here, and he actually goes and Stormbolts my priest. And then they're going to go kill my feral. My feral walls, so that's very good coming out from my feral. My healer is actually in a Stormbolt into blind, so that was good. Noticing because their red actually hodged the feral, so they needed a pseudo stun. What I actually do is I sheep the pally here. That's kind of like a counter go. I thought this was good. The more I watch it back, I don't think counter goes against this comp in particular are very good. My thought process was of forcing the red to have to heal himself rather than Templars the kill target. it doesn't really work how I wish it did. So I actually stopped doing the whole counter go thing. Okay, mages, do not make this upcoming mistake, please. I have 1 second left on my altar. Okay, what do? Well, let's look. We have the double stun. He has no banner. I should just be able to land this sheep for free, dude. It's so free. What do? I blink to go get the polymorph because he's out of line. My altar yanks me back. Rookie mistake. Please don't make this mistake. Take it from me. But what do? Oh, my priest saves the day with a fear. So I blink in. I'm able to get the polymorph off the fear. And if you actually notice here, the warrior does have intervene reflect on him, okay? But I noticed that it was falling off, so I didn't actually waste a fire blast charge on it. Boom, full sheep, and then I pop my combustion, and we kill vanguards. So as you can see, the matchup is kind of just a lot of trying to cross the warrior. Most of the time, you're not going to have a good cross for warrior because the priest can't really mind control. The warrior just has too much to kind of stop the mind controls. Also, the priest wants to be doing damage during our goes. So a lot of the cross on the warrior is going to come before the setup, okay? So the Feral is going to go for the double stun. I'm going to DB sheep the warrior or just sheep the warrior if he has no like reflect or anything. And then off that, I will ring the pally, and then we will burst the ret with mind games, combust, berserk, all that. So that's kind of the general idea that you want to do. And then defensive wise, I'm kind of their best kill target. Maybe the priest. I don't think they can really kill my feral. My ferals are using the bark skin legendary, which kind of makes him invincible against most matchups. So yeah, I'm kind of their best kill target because they're going to be shutting down CC, and I'm also kind of just like their best kill target. So the altar time is actually super important in this matchup. You can get a lot of value out of it if you're smart with it because they have no purges. This is one of the many matchups that you can actually use altar. It can actually save the day. As you can see, I still have block. I didn't even block this entire matchup. And there you have it. We won the game. I'm trying to think of any points that I left off. I don't think I left any out. If you guys have any questions, please leave it down in the comments. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. I'm trying to like just figure out what kind of videos I should do. And this was a really neat game that I thought I would show. Kind of like how the matchup works and just my thoughts and little outplays that we do to win the matchup. You can actually see here, this is just a funny little note. Me and my ferals damage compared to their damage. They actually out damage us by like an absolute fuck ton. Like, but that's kind of most of the cases against a setup comp versus a melee cleave. So it's not really something to be really concerned about. Obviously it matters, but my priest literally doubles the healing. I'm actually trying to think if we got a drink during this game as well. Let me actually go. Yeah, so I actually didn't cover this. My priest actually gets a drink at some point. Okay, it's really good that I noticed this. So we're getting a go here. My priest is over here. You can see his little skull up here. He's over here drinking. So let's see how it plays out. I'm able to just kite. Divine Toll comes out. My priest stops at around 45% mana and decides to heal me. Now that I'm looking back at it, maybe would it have been worth to trade block for the drink? No, I don't think so. I think my priest did the right thing and didn't overgreed with the mana. He just came out because he knew the game had been going on already for about 4 minutes. And I feel like these typical games last somewhere between 7 to 10. So anyways, if you guys have any questions down below, please let me know. That was a really good team that we actually fought here. So that's the only reason I'm making this video, is that you know, Ret Warrior is something that a lot of people are struggling with at the moment, but we actually feel very confident against Ret Warrior at the moment. So I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts as to how we beat Ret Warrior, because I know some people could be struggling. I get lots of comments and messages saying my mage is struggling with double melee. You know, how do we get CC even though there's a bunch of kicks and banners and reflects? Well, this video kind of breaks down a lot of that, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.